What's good everyone, and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are going to be going through my game week and setting up the lineups ready for the upcoming weekend. Now if you are new around here, then please drop a like on the video and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you are new to Sorare, then utilising the link in my description will help you get some rewards and myself get some rewards as well. So we're just helping each other out. And if you haven't already, then go drop a follow on my X or Twitter, also using the link in the description. Now the question today is, do we stack or do we not stack, is the question, because not every game week is being played. A few of my teams aren't playing, and I've already built the lineups, but then I was thinking, do I want to go with these lineups, do I not want to go with these lineups? And that's the problem. The thing is, with the stacks and with having the collection bonus, it's great and you can do very well. However, we saw last week, if you haven't already, go watch my previous video, being my rewards video, I was only one or two decisives off higher rewards or off getting rewards. And it was like, if I'd played my best players in one team, I would have probably won a tier 1 or a star. Now instead, I won a tier 4 and a tier 5. Could have won a couple more tier 5s. And it's like, do we put the stack together and hope that whatever team comes out to play plays really well, or do we just play the players like I have been, some in a stack, some not in a stack, and go from there? And that's where the hard decision is. Now if I press suggest a lineup on Sorare, this is the lineup we get put together. So we can see obviously Unai Simon with the AAA rating playing against Deportivo, 55% chance of a clean sheet, 61% chance of winning, triple star rated, very nice. Paulo Diaz, when we look at him, 48% chance of a clean sheet, first playing 9th, 68% chance of winning, spot on. Same as Lafitis, AA rating, been playing out of his skin recently, 54% chance of a win against Upen. Arzante is also playing against Upen as well, AA rating, and Aki is obviously against 5th being Hanover. Much more challenging game, 50% chance of Hanover winning, but he is in that sort of form where he's just scoring for fun at the moment. Like the last 2 games, got 5 goals in the last 2 games. You'd back him to score, and that gives me a 74 rating, and it's like, right, that's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed. But I've got a standard Liège stack, so there's only 2 players there being played. I've got an Atletico Bilbao stack, only 1 player's being played. I've got FC Cards stack, only 1 player's being played. And Paulo Diaz is just kind of that long shot player that I do utilise a lot of times in All-Star Rare. And it is looking at it and it's thinking, right, do I put this lineup out and just shoot for the stars and hope, right? Looking at how players are playing, clean sheet gets 70 points. If they keep a clean sheet against Upen, play well, easy 80 there, between a 60 and an 80 there. Aki can easily shoot 100 if he gets a couple of decisives. Same as Paulo Diaz. It's like, right, we're looking at 450 points. That is high up. That is a good tier 1. And it's very convincing to do so. But I think I'm going to stick with my guns, and that is going to be to actually just keep running the game weeks as I am, stacking teams together, stacking players, and thinking, right, I'm still going to prioritise the better lineups, which is something we're going to look at now, but I'm also focusing on putting a good team out and also creating a good stack. So as you can see, I've created my lineups already, just because I don't want to make these videos too long for you guys. I want you to be able to watch them, understand my reasoning, but not for them to drag on for too much. Okay, so we have got All-Star, so it's still not a bad team. Paulo Diaz is still being captained because of the player that he is and the ability that he has within the game week itself. Sorensen is playing out of his skin. Like when we actually look at him as a card, Sorensen, I can never get the players up. It's Oliver, so let's see. He's got that weird squiggle above his name. There we go. When we look at him, L5 of 72, last 5 games, 62, 62, 66, 100. They are playing at home against 11th with a 65% chance of winning. Cool, I'm going to put him in. Like I said, I've got Bodart playing. Chances are he is on an A rating. He's a very good keeper. Hopefully against UPenn they can keep a clean sheet, and that's why I'm stacking him with Lafise. And then Mrapi as well, playing away from home, but they are 6th playing against the OH Leuven. And same thing with Mrapi actually. Mrapi's been playing really, really well. And I've got his actual forwards card, so this is his midfielder card, whereas I have his forward card. And looking at the last couple of games, like Michelin are, look how many games have gone unbeaten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games unbeaten at the moment, playing really well, on a 4-win streak at the moment. Beat Antwerp, beat Bruges, drew with Genk, drew with Anderlecht, beat Genk, like all good teams in the league. And it is like, right, this is still a very strong lineup. It might be 68 rated lineup, but it is still a very strong lineup. And I'm very confident that these boys can do well. So that is my all-star, and that's the team I'm prioritising for this week. Mainly because there is no Premier League in-season. Brighton aren't playing. I would normally put my Premier League in-season stack of Brighton in. Sadly, Brighton's game was moved. I think it's down to the FA Cup. So that is going to be the case. Cap 220 is one of those lineups. I've gone with the Watford boys and Harry Kane. Harry Kane's been scoring goals for fun. Obviously playing 18th away from home, but 83% chance of winning that game. Kayembe is predicted to start. Emmanuel Dennis is predicted to start. Backman is debatable whether he'll start or not. He is predicted to start though, has to play the last 2 games. So Rauter says he's playing on the bench, but actually he will start. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. Hoyt is off with a two-match game ban due to suspension of yellow cards. Watford playing against Birmingham. It's going to be a close game, but obviously Watford have sacked their manager recently, and I'm expecting with Tom Cleverley coming in, hopefully to see that like post-manager boom that you see with a lot of clubs. So Watford stack with Harry Kane for 220. It's one of those. These aren't players that I'm too fussed about. It's not a priority lineup. I'm happy to put them out there. I'm happy to see how they perform. Cap 240, obviously playing the FC Kaiserslautern boys. They are doing okay. Got obviously defensive stack. Zimmer actually plays as right back, so it is a very defensive stack with Aki playing up front, and this could be a waste of utilising Aki. Like I say, they are playing Hanover. Hanover are at home. Chances are they're probably going to lose, but they are on a 2-win streak at the moment, and they do still need to continue winning in order to stay out of that relegation battle. Like when we look at them here, they obviously beat their two. They beat this team and this team over the past 2 games. We can see that there. Lovely, happy days. They are out of relegation, 3 points out, but they need to keep winning these games. They've got a few hard games coming up, and it is like, right, they need at least a point in that game. So I probably will opt for probably the lower threshold. Might opt for the mid threshold because it is worth it in the end. But we've got that team together. Cap 270, we've gone with the 2 midfielders from Standard Liège. Going in, Kawebe and Alzante. See how they perform. Opoku, like I say, he is a forward that is playing for FC Kaiserslautern. Gets decent AA at the moment. Shot at 55 last week. Pirard, obviously playing against Anderlecht at home. Chance so he's not going to keep a clean sheet. And Jokden is playing. Is one of those lineups where I'm just utilising the players really. So mainly, all-star at the moment is priority. The cap lineups 220, 240 and 270 is just seeing if we could get a tier 5 or a tier 4 realistically with the cards that I have. We then have Champion America Limited, which I'm looking forward to a lot. Obviously, Portland are playing Houston Dynamo. Dynamo do not have Hector Herrera, he's still injured, which is obviously really good to see. They won away from home, they're unbeaten at the moment in the league, they're sitting first on the table. Evander is back as well, scored an absolute worldie. Strong lineup, put it out, we'll see what happens. Same thing with Champion Europe as well. Playing, like I say, against Deportivo Alvarez at home. Playing the 2 forwards. The midfield is the only issue with actually Athletic. They don't really have an out-and-out midfielder that just scores for fun or gets good AA. They're just very average in the midfield. It's normally the wing, the defensive line, so DeMarcos, or on the left you normally have Yuri pushing up, making the crosses in for Inaki Williams. The other Williams or Goretzka So we'll see what happens from that regards, but confident with this lineup as well. And then obviously we have got the 2 specialist lineups, which is just utilising other players. Specialist limited. Obviously Atletico beat Inter in the Champions League last night. They're at home, they're playing Barcelona. It's a tight game. Whether Ter Stegen keeps clean sheet or not, who knows. Yeri's predicted to play. Prados is predicted to play. Vivian's also predicted to play. So could see some good points there. And Alex is going to most likely come off the bench, as he normally does. And it's one of those where it's like, right, if we can get a reward, great. If not, we're just gaining some XP on these players. And then MLS Specialist Limited, very similar. Obviously, into Miami with Drake Calendar, very good keeper. Hopefully can keep a clean sheet. Eric Miller, Diogo Chao will play. Utilising my reward from last week in Champion America, being Felipe Martins, is predicted to play. They are away from home to Atalanta, so we'll see what happens there. And Mora says he's still injured with a foot injury, not predicted to start, which is why it is kind of more of a throwaway. Get some XP on the players, but you never know, he may start in the team. So those are my lineups. I'm most confident, like I say, for All-Star, Champion America and Champion Europe. We will see what happens with the rest of the teams. I have opted to go with the stacks of players. So obviously Watford stack with Harry Kane, FC Kaiserslautern stack, Athletic Club stack, Portland Timbers stack, even stacking defensively with Standard Liège, and then a few other players in that lineup there. So that is going to be the lineup for this week upcoming. Obviously I will make any changes tomorrow if need be, based on if there's any news on injuries or rotation within all the squads, and I'll be using Play Sharper to do so. This has been Sorare data as well that I've used. This is definitely the best thing for making your lineups. It makes life so much easier. Like I said, if you are new around here, please drop a like on the video and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Best of luck with all your upcoming game week, guys. And if you do have any questions, obviously just drop them in the comments box down below. Brighton play tonight. Let's just have a quick look at that. So when we go to my gallery, here we go. So rare results. Brighton are playing tonight. They are playing Roma. This is my All-Star Limited team. Hopefully I'll have a rewards video coming out tomorrow. We will see. I'm confident that Brighton can win the game, but obviously they're losing 4-0 on aggregate, so they don't need to qualify. Just if they can win the game, hopefully keep a clean sheet or something, score some good points, get me a decent reward, that would be great. But we will see what happens there. If you want to stay updated with how this team is doing, then obviously, like I said, go follow me on Twitter. I post regularly on how my lineups are doing, any injury news that I find out through people in the community. And like I said, drop a like on the video and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated, and I'll be back again tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.